The moment he saw the nest shattered across the ground, his heart sank. Twigs and leaves were scattered everywhere, broken and lifeless. But what caught his breath were the two tiny baby birds, barely moving among the wreckage. They looked strange, so small, their skin pink and fragile, their bulging eyes still closed. He hesitated to touch them, afraid they were too delicate, too easy to break. He waited for half an hour. He stood there in the rain, hoping, watching, wondering if their mother would return. But nothing happened. The chicks lay there, helpless, shivering against the cold ground. He knew they wouldn't survive much longer. He picked them up with delicate hands, his fingers shaking as he placed them in a cardboard box lined with warm bedding. The rain poured through his clothes as he cycled home, but he barely noticed. All he could think of were the tiny creatures in the box, fighting for their lives. Once home, he gently wiped them down, making sure they were dry and warm. Their tiny chests rose and fell with shallow, uneven breaths. That night, he tried to feed them using a pair of tweezers, but they refused to open their beaks. They were weak, too young to understand they needed to eat. The first night was intense every moment. He feared they wouldn't make it until morning. With the sun rising high, he quickly ran to their side, heart pounding, and there they were still breathing, still alive. Relief overran him. They had made it through the night. That was all the encouragement he needed. If they were fighting to survive, then he would fight for them too. This time, when he brought the tweezers close, their tiny beaks opened wide. They were hungry, and they ate a lot. He watched in amazement as they gulped down food, their small bodies finally gaining strength. Day after day, he fed them, cared for them, watched them grow. What had begun as a hope to save two fragile lives had become something more. They were no longer just surviving now. And when the time came, until their wings became powerful enough, he would set them free. His heart ached, yet it swelled with quiet pride. Love was never about keeping it. It was about giving them back to the world where they belonged. If you ever find a life in need, help it. And when the time comes, let it go. For saving them was not about survival, but about giving them back their sky. If you like this story, please don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel for more heartwarming videos.